Disclaimer: the information in this video is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research before investing in any crypto project. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to look over the recent AMA that Optimus had with James Pelton. I'm just going to try and pull some of the questions out and quickly give you a recap of what caught my attention in it. So the biggest news obviously from it was that they partnered up with truth seekers. I think the feeling was from the general chat and from obviously the AMA questions that people weren't really blown away by the news. For me, I thought it was a great addition. I like what truth seekers are doing. They're basically an audit company, but they're approaching it a little bit different than what your common audit companies do. So I think this is what is needed within the crypto space at the moment, because there's too many projects have still either rugged or something has happened with them, even with audits. So I think, like everything, audit companies need to change how they approach it. Instead of just randomly throwing out audit reports as quick as they can, they need to do a little bit more, has to go into them. So looking through truth seekers in general, I really like what their approach is. There's going to be like a community-led DAO for it. So they have a lot of unique features, and I think one of them for me is the way that they can monitor wallets in relation to platforms. So in this case, obviously it'll be Optimus. They will be able to track team funds and see when team funds are leaving wallets. But instead of it, maybe before, what you'd have to look at as through Discord or finding someone else individually be tracking it and be messaging into Discords that, look, the team is moving funds or something like that. But in part of the truth seekers, you'll get notified obviously much quicker and almost in real time, I think it is, of movement of funds. They're also going to be building out, I think, a dashboard for Optimus as well. That'll show, it won't show actual trades as in this is what the tokens are, this is what they traded, but it'll show returns. So I think it is, it'll show that the X amount of it went out into a bot to trade and X amount of it came in, and showing a bit more transparency. Personally, I'm happy with that. I don't really care what Optimus are trading. I don't really have no interest in that, as long as there's obviously trading happening and some way of actually extra funding for the bot itself. So the main partnership obviously then, as I said, was with truth seekers. I'll leave a link in the description about truth seekers. Make sure you join their channels, learn a bit about what they're doing, and as I said, something different and a different approach can be always good. And I think obviously linking up with Optimus is really good anyway. So next quick bit of news we're going into is obviously with BSC now. If like most others like myself, I was expecting obviously the big news to be we're launching on BSC today kind of thing. So if you look here at the Optimus DAO, make sure you're joined up to it. I've joined up obviously myself. You can see the voting now on different proposals. So the most recent proposal was whether we're going to Binance Smart Chain. I think obviously this is a brilliant opportunity to open up the market more to it. Obviously the benefits of Optimus and having been a DAO now, and it allows people to put in their own proposals, whether they get voted on by the community in general. From what I can see on most of the videos, well, obviously over the two ones, I think most of the team wallets are not voting on anything because of what they're holding. So as I said, that's obviously good. Now, fair enough, they were still, regardless, will have a large amount if they wanted to vote on something, but I don't mind that too much, as they're entitled as well to vote. So it's up to the community itself as well to potentially vote against something if we don't like it, and obviously voting for something if we do like it. So as I said, Binance Smart Chain, I like this opportunity and option for it. The reason why I like it is if we look at DeFi Llama, you can see the different dexes here. So obviously at the moment we're on Polygon network, which is 24-hour volume is 260 3 million, and total volume was 1.65 trillion. Obviously, once we go to BSC, we're 4xing the potential volume, and the user base itself is much bigger. So there's going to be a lot more people that can eventually see Optimus and may look at getting involved, which is long term. I think is much better for the project. So in the AMA with James Pelton, the question was asked about Binance Smart Chain. The team basically said that they were trying to focus on the Truth Seekers partnership at the moment, and obviously doing the AMA with James. So the next step for them now will be the BSC launch, and they mentioned that it could take up to maybe 2 weeks before it's ready to launch on Binance Smart Chain. So another reason why during all this panic and FUD and drama down here, I didn't do anything. I held my coins. I know that the BSC launch is coming, and that is going to be potentially a major catalyst for the growth of Optimus again. Again, not financial advice, but it's just my mindset, what I'm thinking of. And often is the time when you see big candles like that, you're nearly too late to do anything, and you're better just to hold steady. Nothing changed from the project from back here to here, so there is no reason to look at panicking and getting out of it. So you can see here in my own wallet, obviously the value has dropped because of the price of the token has dropped, but I'm still up around the 1400 tokens. That's my, I'd like to actually probably now push that out. I want to get maybe to 2000 OPT3 tokens, so we'll see how that goes. I'll probably talk about more of that in my Friday Road to 100 videos. Again, if you're holding OPT3, make sure you join the DAO and have your say in it. It's there for us to use it, so take advantage of it. The next big thing is obviously in relation to FUD. We're going to start seeing more of this happening. We see YouTubers coming out and talking against it. That's just it. That's just crypto. You have a group of people that are for it, like myself. You have a group of people that are against it. That's just the norm. I would advise to pay little attention to YouTubers, including myself. I would advise use it to help build up your own research information. That's what I do. I go to every different YouTuber out there. I get parts that I find interesting. I use it and I build up my own views on a project before I invest in it. It's crypto. Everything is risky. So the FUD is going to be there. We go to the Binance Smart Chain for Optimus, and the FUD is obviously going to increase. So just don't get drawn into it as much as you can. See what the FUD is at the moment and see has it impacted or affected what your overall views were before you invested in the project. If it hasn't, then ignore it, I would say. But if it has started to change elements of it, then yeah, pay attention to it. And again, just do your own research into it and take from there. Another big thing was obviously, can OPT3 sustain 1% per day? Now, I'm looking at this probably from a very narrow mindset of potentially of it. I currently running my own trading bot. Started using it there maybe a week ago. I see that I'm very close to getting 1% per day on average. Now that's from someone that has absolutely no idea about trading bots and is learning as long as I go. I would imagine that the team have a lot more knowledge in trading bots than what I would, and I would imagine that a 1% potentially is easier to manage with, well, if you have a bit more knowledge obviously than bots. So I was originally skeptical of platforms are offering your 1% per day and your whatever percent per day, but I can see that in the short term for me, obviously I'm very close to getting the 1% per day on over an average of obviously the 7 days. Yes, and that's considering how crazy the market's been over the last week. So yeah, I can see how this can work obviously from trading. Now obviously when things grow and the network and the community grows and the holders grow, it might become a bit harder, but then you're hoping then obviously with the partnership with Truth Seekers and the bots they have running will extra revenue streams will come into play. It was asked in the AMA about potentially limiting sells. they're completely against that option of trying to limit sales of accounts, because then it eventually goes into more of, you know, the selling point for Optimus at the moment is you can buy it, earn your 1% and sell it, and that's a big thing for them. So I don't think they really want to go against that kind of ethos of what they originally set up for. So yeah, I asked a few questions in the James Pelton's AMA about marketing. I wish they would have maybe answered a little bit more about that, a bit more information about marketing. I know the YouTuber Raz Tafari is in charge of the marketing aspect, and I watch a lot of his videos when he talks about Optimus and marketing. One thing I probably would like to see a bit more of it would be a bit more focus on educational content. Now they have the YouTube Academy, Optimus Academy, which is a brilliant idea, but I would be trying to maybe push a bit more of your marketing towards that side of things. So maybe from the point of view of creating, let's say, articles and material like that to help build up a strong foundation. At the moment, it seems to be a lot of banner ads from what I can see. The banner ads are only, you know, depending on what their click-through rates are, but, you know, I'd like to obviously see the return on, or the click-through rates even, and things like that. But again, most of these websites that they have it on, you know, the click-through rate is probably not extremely high. But again, focusing on educational content, you're definitely not going to have high click-through rates or things like that, but it's a lot easier to divert new users to material that's created specifically for them. At least it's there for the long term, and as opposed to banner ads, they're there short term. So, you know, new users come in, they want to learn more about the project, you can send them to the YouTube channel. You could potentially send them to articles that have been created either on Optimus their own medium, or even if it's paid articles, likes of BSE News. Obviously now with the BSE launch, it's going to help attract more users, but they're users that are going to be out here potentially reading an article and learning the key aspects of Optimus. So they're coming in a bit more educated than potentially what your users are going to be coming in at the moment. People are going to be looking for the 1% per day and that's it. Whereas if you're coming in and you understand maybe long term what's happening, it'll impact the potential FUD that comes along down the road and removes that panic that sets in within communities. So yeah, as I said, I'd like to see a little bit more obviously on the marketing side of things. Me personally, as I said, because I work in marketing, I'd like to see it. So overall views of Optimus, I like again what they're doing. The focus is more obviously on the transparency aspect of things, and they see that this is a pain point for users and are combating it in their own way, different ways. And obviously with truth seekers, it's a something different approach to audits, and having the full transparency of your wallets and the movement of funds again just adds a bit of extra comfort and security to the community. So along with, you see obviously with Defi Dudes, his videos unfortunately I think have slowed down now over the last couple of days, but as I said, they're really good to see that obviously what he's holding, but obviously always recommend, you know what I mean, to take profits and make sure to sell some of the OPT3 each day. And that is not many projects probably tell you to do that and emphasize and encourage you to do that. So for that, I think they're in a good place at the moment. So look, we leave it there for video. Overall recap on Optimus and what you should be looking at getting involved in, and what you should be looking at trying to do. So we leave it there. Thanks very much for taking the time and watching the video, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you. Bye.